Welcome to the dark side.
Greetings, I'm Lord Bruticus, and this is episode 52 of the Dark Side Chats. My guest for this episode is perhaps best remembered as the Imperial officer in the 1977 Star Wars film that stood up to Darth Vader, only to receive a painful reminder about the true power of the Force. Here now is my audio interview with Mr. Richard LeParmentier.
Welcome, Admiral Motti, Richard LeParmentier, to the Dark Side Chats.
Hello, Darth. Glad to be here.
Well, according to your website, admiralmotti.com, soon to be admiralmotti.org, Star Wars was your third film after moving to Britain from the USA in 1975. And I was wondering, if you're from the US originally, what part of the US you're from?
I'm from Swickley, Pennsylvania, or Coriopolis, Pennsylvania. They were farming suburbs of Pittsburgh. I grew up on a farm about 20 miles from the steel mills of Pittsburgh.
Very, very cool. Steel mills in Pittsburgh. Something disappearing, I hear.
Oh, they're gone.
Well, one of my all-time favorite movies, aside from Star Wars, is Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And you had a part in that film as well. Can you tell us a little bit about your role in that movie?
Well, it was, how best to describe it? In all those film noirs, there was always the cantankerous cop who could or could not have been on the take, or he was playing straight by the rules. But he was always a thorn in the private eye's side. So that's how that part was structured.
I remember seeing that movie in 1988 when it came out. I was in high school then, and I never realized that was Admiral Motti on the screen there. Had no idea that was the same guy. And of course, 20 plus years later, here I am, and I'm just in awe. That was really cool. Two of my favorite movies of all time, and you're in both.
I was carrying a bit of weight in throwing Roger Rabbit. I was up to about 230. My first daughter had been born, and I guess it's something that happens. You become very contented, and I actually just packed on a lot of weight, feeling very much like a dad. So I mentioned to Bob that Bob Zemeckis, that I was going to diet to get the weight off because. And he told me, no, don't do that, Richard. That's why I cast you. But it was a real great film to do. It was the hardest work I've ever done on a movie, bar none. It was unbelievably hard work.
Gotcha. Well, in addition to acting, you are also a writer for both the small and big screens. Do you have any work that fans of yours can look forward to seeing in the very near future?
No, I haven't been able to get a film away in about 2 years now, and films that I have got away haven't been made. That's just the nature of the business, particularly in these economic times. But you just keep plugging. That's the only thing you can do. I've got a small production company now, and I've got about 4 projects that I'm working on at the moment. They're not all mine. In fact, only one of them is mine, and I'm about to start another project, hopefully in the new year, probably about March.
Well, it's good to keep busy. I'm glad that you are. Well, lastly, I have to ask you a Star Wars question, of course. As the last surviving Imperial officer from the original Star Wars film, A New Hope, you therefore have all the more of a special place in the hearts of Star Wars fans. Since The Dark Side Chats, my show, is a show dedicated to and about Star Wars fans, I was wondering if you have any favorite memories or moments, such as being an honorary member of the 501st Legion, that will always be endeared to you.
There are so many. First of all, a word about the Legion. I mean, they have gone from strength to strength from the 10 years since I've been doing events. Because they started off as a bunch of party boys, and they've actually grown into a really viable charity and a really great organization. And they are everywhere, which is amazing. Moments with the garrison, well, I can only mention the most recent one, which was with the Polish garrison, when Ken Colley and I went to Torun in Poland in September. We we've never been treated so well by a garrison. They were absolutely amazing. And we had the great pleasure of dedicating Obi-Wan Kenobi Street in a suburb of Toronto. And so that was a great moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I mean, doing the marches, doing the great photograph at Celebration 4 was amazing, because I think that was the biggest gathering of troopers I think that's ever been done. So they'll probably try and do another. They'll try and outdo it this year at Celebration 5. But they're just great. They've always got your back.
Gotcha.
They're a great group. Generally, with fans, well, I've fairly rarely met a fan that I would call deeply dedicated, stalkers. They don't seem to exist in the Star Wars universe. Someone once told me the difference between Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans is that Star Wars fans have jobs.
That we do.
That's true. But I mean, I've had some rather bizarre moments. When you go around signing autographs, you do put yourself in a rather strange position. And the first show that I did in the United States was in Brooklyn. Was a creation show in Brooklyn, and we were kind of tracking this rather strange person who arrived I saw him from the hotel window down through the atrium. He had arrived at 10 o'clock in the morning with a bag of McDonald's burgers and breakfast, which he seemed to consume throughout the day. And by the time he got to my table, he gave me a note, and I was in the process of signing an autograph for him. And I looked up, and he was looking rather strange, and I didn't realize that he did have psychological issues. You could tell by the look in his eyes. And then the next look I saw in his eyes was only the look that a father sees when a baby is filling a diaper.
Oh.
Unfortunately, this man was evacuating his bowels in front of my table.
Oh, no.
Which was the strangest reaction I've ever had to signing an autograph.
Well, I'm not sure if that would be endeared to you, but it certainly is a memory that would stick, whether wanted or unwanted.
Exactly. And there's also one great lasting image was being the Empire City Garrison. There were a few of them ran up to help me because they saw this commotion. My agent dove through the end cap of where I was signing through a toy dealer's display. So there was this huge kerfuffle, and 3 stormtroopers ran up to me, and then as soon as their white boots got close to this puddle in front of the table, they all backed off. And then security came and dealt with the guy. He was they found one of his carers finally caught up with him, and he left. And he did get his autograph, though.
Well, that's good. Yeah, at least it took a bit to get it, but I'm glad that he got it, at least. Well, you know what? It has been an absolute honor and a pleasure to have you on the Dark Side Chats. Thank you very much for taking your time to be on the show.
My absolute pleasure. My absolute pleasure. And I don't know, I'm going to be doing some shows in the States this year.
Oh, very good.
So I'm in the process of getting them booked at the moment. So when my website is relaunched, I think in March, we'll have a calendar up. But I'm going to be spending the best part of the summer in the States.
Great. Well, the viewers can check out admiralmotti.org as of about March to check on your status.
March, I'm told, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, they can check your status there on that website then. Well, thank you very much.
It's a real pleasure. Take good care.
Until next time, may the dark side be with you always.
Give yourself to the dark side.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.